Have you ever seen a fancy car driving down the road, maybe a luxury car, maybe an exotic car? You thought to yourself, I wonder what they do to afford that. Have you ever seen like some expensive piece of real estate, maybe a really big mansion, and think to yourself, well, how could they possibly afford to live there? Have you ever seen anyone at a younger age take vacation after vacation and think to yourself, how are they doing this? Well, I discovered something a while back, years ago. In fact, many, many years ago. And I wish I had discovered it sooner. But once I discovered it, I began to investigate more and more. And it completely changed my life. And once I learned this thing, once I kind of figured it out, I began to practice it. And I did it every day, did it every single day for 30 days. And after 30 days, I experienced a tremendous transformation in my life. And I'm of the belief that if I can do it, anyone else can do it, and they should experience remarkable results as well. In a world where the power of thought and intention is gaining increasing recognition, the concept of manufacturing and manifesting your desires, or anyone's desires for that matter, is really taking center stage here. From self-help books to spiritual teachings, like the idea that our thoughts can literally shape our reality is really captivating more and more people around the world. And at the very heart of this transformative process is the profound potential of imagination, a very innate tool that we're born with that literally holds the key to being able to manifest the life that we want, that we envision, that we dream about, that we see for ourselves. The notion that imagination is more important than knowledge is more than a catchy phrase. It is literally a very profound insight that actually came from none other than Albert Einstein. And of course, knowledge is essential. But it's imagination that encircles the world of possibilities. It's the imagination that serves as this bridge between our current reality and the reality that we aspire to create. We all dream, right? I dream. My kid dreams. My wife dreams. My friends and family dream. And some people share those dreams with me. Our dreams are like a canvas where we could pretty much paint on. And we get to envision the life that we want to lead, the person that we want to become, and of course the experiences that we want to attract. And that is the power of attraction. And, you know, in essence, like, imagination is the foundation upon which manifestation is built. And you have to believe. I know it sounds a little silly. I know it sounds a little cliche. You gotta believe, keep trying, right? But it's true. And like, consider the creative process, you know, that pretty much drives every invention, every work of art, every innovation. The airplane, it was once somebody's dream. The craziest, you know, vehicle on the road was once somebody's dream. The most amazing architecture was once someone's dream. So these were thoughts at one point that became reality. And, you know, just think about it, from the very simplest of everyday solutions to the most groundbreaking achievements and accomplishments, the imagination is the sole thread behind them all. You didn't accidentally build an Apple iPhone. No, that was very intentional. But it came from a dream. And the power of imagination, it just extends beyond merely visualizing or affirming our desires. Affirmations are great, but it's more than that. It's a form of spiritual knowing, an unshakable belief that we can imagine whatever we want, and that what we imagine has the potential to become reality. I hope you guys are listening to what I'm saying here. Like, this belief, it transcends intellectual exercises. And it's a very deep-seated conviction that we're already embodying the reality that we seek. This belief is the fuel that propels us forward, nurturing the desire to bring forth our visions and to bring them into fruition. Like, consider the words of mystic seers and prophets throughout history, right? I'm not trying to get all biblical on you guys, but I'm just saying, like, their teachings like often revolve around the idea that we are what we think about. Their teachings revolve around the idea that what we imagine with conviction and unwavering faith, we can actually manifest in our lives, no matter how unbelievable it might be. If you believe it, it will come. If you guys remember that, right? And the great secret has been passed down through generations. And it's a testament of the enduring power of imagination as a force of transformation. And the imagination's not just about creating mental images. It's literally about invoking the corresponding feelings that are associated with our desires. I wanted to make money online. I wanted to learn to invest in real estate. I wanted to transform my mind. I wanted to transform the life of my family into the life of being able to live the way I wanted to live, which was, for many, unbelievable. You can't do that, Ron. You can't go on vacation whenever you want to. You got to work 40 hours a week, they taught us in school. You got to get a good education. You got to put in your hours. You can't retire till you're at least 65, is what they said. I wanted to learn how to build passive income streams. I wanted to learn how to live my life on my own terms. And I really had to change my thought process and commit to believing in something for a long enough period of time that no one else could convince me otherwise. And I had to convince myself that no matter what happens, I'm going to make my dream come true. You got to remember, our feelings, they hold immense influence over our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind, I later discovered, was more powerful than the conscious mind. And if you can harness that power, you are unstoppable. And I'm learning more and more every single day on how to do that. And it's amazing what I've been able to train it to do. I mean, our feelings hold immense influence over our subconscious mind, and is a force that probably governs somewhere around 96-97% of all of our actions. I don't know if you guys have heard of Napoleon Hill, but he's written some very famous books. Look him up. He says that your subconscious mind recognizes and it acts only thoughts that have been well mixed with emotion. And when we assume the feeling of a wish that is fulfilled, we send a very clear signal to our subconscious mind. And these feelings, they become a driving force, directing our actions, directing our decisions toward the realizations of our desires. And it's not enough to just visualize or affirm. We got to feel the experience. And this was the piece that was really missing for me. I didn't realize how important the feeling is to making these things happen, to bringing the dreams, the hopes, the realization, the desires into fruition. Got to feel it. It's not enough to just visualize. We got to experience it as if it's already a part of our reality. And this emotion, this emotional response, this emotional resonance, it really acts like a magnet, and it draws our aspirations even closer to us. Imagine money chasing you instead of you chasing money. Doesn't that sound a whole lot easier? When I learned this, it was a game changer for me. And if you guys are getting any value out of this video, drop a like for the video. If you don't like what I'm talking about, hit the dislike button, hit the thumbs down. I don't care. I want to know what you guys think about what I'm talking about. The subconscious mind, it's often considered to be like an iceberg. It holds the bulk of our thoughts, our emotions, and our beliefs well below the surface. Well below the surface. And it's deep. And it's even more powerful, in my opinion, than the conscious mind. In fact, the subconscious mind is the surface below conscious awareness. It's during this transitional state between wakefulness and sleep that our subconscious mind is most receptive. And if you can tap into the subconscious mind, it's like, you've heard of like your brain, you only use like 5 or 10% of your brain. Tapping into your subconscious mind, if you could actually tap into that, that's that missing 90% of the brain that has all the power. This is the time to marinate. Like when we're sleeping, when we're daydreaming, this is the time to marinate in the feelings of our desired realities, folks. And as we embark on this journey into sleep, we're literally able to put our subconscious mind to work. Like the last 5 minutes before sleep, they hold immense potential. And most people just go right to sleep. They don't even know about this hack. They don't even know about this. And instead of like replaying the day's frustrations or anxieties and things that brought you stress, this is an opportunity to feed our subconscious mind with positive emotions. I know this sounds a little weird what I'm talking about, but this is what I believe, and this is what I've been doing, what I did for the first 30 days, and it completely changed my life. I set up a system, a regimen that I would do. I would journal. Changed my life, guys. So if we like assume the feeling of our wishes already being fulfilled, we have literally set the stage for our subconscious mind to like work its magic while we sleep. Making money while you sleep, right? The concept, it draws like this parallel to the book of Job, where the sealing of ears and the sealing of instruction, they occur when you sleep. It's a very profound metaphor for the subconscious mind's receptiveness, but it's true. And the road to manifestation, it's going to be paved with doubts. When I first started doing this, I actually heard about it from someone else. And after hearing him talk about it for so long, I was like, man, it's worth giving it a shot. But when I was doing it, I felt like I was lying to myself. I was like, man, this is some bogus stuff, whatever. I ain't never gonna make $50,000 in a month. That's impossible. I'm not gonna make 100 grand in a month. That's impossible. But whatever, I'm saying that this is my reality. And the first 5 days of doing this was very difficult. It felt so awkward lying to myself. I felt like, I was like, yo, it's harder to lie to myself than lie to someone else. I was literally feeling like I was lying to myself, which I was. And then over a period of time of maybe a week, I began to like get over the fact that I'm saying this. And then I started thinking about, well, what would it be like if I earned $50,000 a month? And so while I'm saying I earn $50,000 per month through affiliate marketing or through, social media marketing company or any type of online business or any business for that matter, I didn't even know where the money was going to come from. I did not know where the money was going to come from, but I said to myself, hey, I make $50,000 a month. And I kept saying it to a point where I began to believe I could make $50,000 a month. And then I started thinking about the lifestyle that will be associated with earning an income that supported making $50,000 per month every single month. And I began to understand, I began to like feel like, what would it be like? If you made $50,000 a month, you could damn near do anything. You could go anywhere. You could drive anything. You could help whoever you wanted to. You could live where you want to. You could do so many different things. So how do I do it? I stopped wondering about how I'm going to do it. I just started to believe, because you don't want to do too many things at once. You have to accept the belief first. Y'all listening? The true power of imagination lies in the ability to override these different barriers of disbelief. Your imagination is like a realm that is unique to you. It's not held down by the limitations and the limiting beliefs of other people and any other constraints of day-to-day reality. You can't tell your manager, I make $50,000 a month. He knows how much you make. He's gonna laugh at you. What are you talking about? He don't make $50,000 a month. You can't go out and tell everybody everything. That's the first thing you don't want to do. Your subconscious, this is a sanctuary where you can go to shape your destiny without being hindered by any kind of external noise. Einstein's wisdom reminds us that the imagination knows no bounds. Everybody knows who Einstein is. This dude was kind of smart, right? I think he's worth listening to. The limitations that are imposed by logic and reason, they're transcended by the boundless potential of creative thought. And, you know, don't let external opinions, your neighbor, your friend, your parents maybe, don't let those external opinions, jokers on the internet, and different like norms of society dictate what you're capable of doing. Don't let other people tell you what you can and can't do. And the best way to not get held back by society is to not tell people what your dreams are. That is one thing that I wish I learned earlier. I would have had way more success in life not telling people what I wanted to do, because what I believed I was capable of doing, many people that I would tell my dreams to, they did not believe that of themselves. Not to say that they didn't think I could do it, but they doubted their own abilities to do what I had hoped to be able to accomplish in my life. And so since they didn't see themselves as being capable, they immediately put those limiting beliefs on me, like, oh, that's impossible, you can't do that. Look how many businesses get started every year and fail. Forget that. This interplay between imagination and emotion is a very delicate dance, and it's shaping our experiences and it's directing our everyday actions more than you even realize it. Like, even feeling like, every feeling like that we have, it creates like this subconscious impression that either propels us forward or it's going to hold us back. If you've never heard of limiting beliefs, these are things like things that you say to yourself, like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't afford that. I'll always be fat. Being fat runs in my family. Like, these are all sorts of limiting beliefs. Oh, I could never drive a car like that, or I could never live in a house like that. These are limiting beliefs you have to delete from your brain, from your mind, from your subconscious. Because many times people say this in their head without even saying anything. Like, without moving their lips. This is the subconscious speaking on your behalf. And if this is what you're saying to yourself, there's no way you'll become a millionaire if that's what you decide to be. There's no way you'll ever reach financial freedom to any meaningful extent if you don't believe that you can do it. So you have to delete the beliefs that are holding you back and recreate the beliefs that will make you wealthy. Recreate the beliefs that will turn you into a millionaire if you decide to become one. Create the beliefs that get you out of debt. Create the beliefs that allow you to build a very profitable business that could ultimately generate passive income for you and your family. This is what I had to do. And I worked on this every day for the first 30 days. At which point, everything changed. Like, to shift our destiny, we really have to master our emotional landscape. And, you know, this is a task that's really attainable by harnessing the power of imagination. You know, like by cultivating the feelings that are in alignment with our desired reality, we end up creating this like harmonious resonance that magnetically attracts our aspirations, and it draws our dreams to us. And this process, it really requires consistency. Every single day, every single morning, every single night I would do this. This process, you know, emotionally, it holds the key to shaping our subconscious programming. And like the saying goes, a change of feeling is a change of our destiny. Emotions are the brushes with which we can paint the canvas of our own realities. And so in the pursuit of manifestation, it is very important to adapt and adopt this mindset of I am, I can. Don't let anyone tell you what you cannot do. Rather than hoping for a future outcome, assume that the feeling of whatever it is that you want to happen has already happened. Like, try to feel like, what would it be like to drive that car? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? If you want to be a millionaire, what would it be like to be a millionaire? Close your eyes and imagine that. If you were a millionaire, what kind of habits would you have? What kind of work would you be doing? What would you do for fun if you were a millionaire? Begin to see yourself as a millionaire. Delete the I cannot afford it. Begin to ask yourself, how can I afford it? Right? This shift in perspective, it really changes the vibrational frequency that you emit, and it aligns you more with the reality that you're seeking to manifest. The feeling of I am really signifies that you're living in alignment with the vision that you are desiring in the present moment. Your imagination is the mold, and your feelings are the sculpture. I want you guys to, if you're really serious about this, listen to this once a night. Listen to this video once a night. Listen to my voice. Listen very carefully. Listen to this once every night before you go to bed for 30 days. And you tell me how you feel afterward. Comment down below.